drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev some soprano. Pedal metal, chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a drag strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap a gamer can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Hold closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Clouds of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar, hearts pounding, brakes and tire screech, flames kiss the asphalt, defiant boost cage, red line, nitrous ignites the night, street lights are blurred, chasing stars out of sight, punching in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slither rain past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev some soprano. Pedal metal, chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a drag strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap a gamer can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Hold closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Clouds of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar, hearts pounding, brakes and tire screech, flames kiss the asphalt, defiant boost cage, red line, nitrous ignites the night, street lights are blurred, chasing stars out of sight, punching in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slither rain past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev some soprano. Pedal metal, chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a drag strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap a gamer can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Hold closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Clouds of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar, hearts pounding, brakes and tire screech, flames kiss the asphalt, defiant boost cage, red line, nitrous ignites the night, street lights are blurred, chasing stars out of sight, punching in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slither rain past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev some soprano. Pedal metal, chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a drag strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap a gamer can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage
defines me. Old closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Clouds of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar, hearts pounding, brakes and tire screech, blaze, kiss the asphalt, defiant, boost cage, red line, nitrous ignites the night, street lights of blood, chasing stars out of sight, punching in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slither rain past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, that weather speed defines me. Rubber burns prayers, leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, revs in soprano, pedal metal chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a drag strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap a game, we can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, blurry calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Old closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Clouds of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar, hearts pounding, brakes and tire screech, blaze, kiss the asphalt, defiant, boost cage, red line, nitrous ignites the night, street lights of blood, chasing stars out of sight, punching in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slither rain past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, that weather speed defines me. Rubber burns prayers, leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev.
1001, 1002.
We're already live.
Oh,
Your count thing sucks.
I didn't really count. So, welcome to the High Velocity Racing League Turning Laps podcast. Myself, Matthew Chase, Sean Happick, and Sean Wilder, the trio, talking about the week that was here in HVRL. And we'll start off by asking how everybody's day's been. How's your day been, guys?
Fine. Just catching up on yard work. Been gone for a little bit, so got a little bit of that done, and that's about it.
How was that? You did look a little darker.
Yeah, I got a little red, a little bit, a little tan, but yeah, it was fun. Good trip.
All right.
Happy, how's your day been?
Oh, heck, it's one of my off days, so I'm off Friday, Saturday, so hung out around the house, did a bunch of
So you just
cleaning
been-
and stuff. Yeah.
I say you've just been working on the 3D printer all day.
Yeah.
Then.
Oh yeah. That's pretty much it. Had to go to Home Depot a time or two, and all good now.
My day was okay as well. So let's get right into the week that was. So started off with the truck series. We raced at Echo Park Speedway, aka Atlanta. 105 lap race that turned into, 102 lap race, and we actually stayed green at the end as well. That's always a good thing. And it was a rough race for some of our playoff drivers. Others, not too bad of a day. I think for Wilder, he's pretty happy he missed this race because it was kind of rough. A lot of people not being able to hold their lines on the bottom, causing complications for people who were on the top side. It was a rough race. Being in the cockpit, yeah, it was difficult for me, and I found myself in the back and down a lap for a little bit as well, and had damage multiple times that I had to get repaired. So it was a rough race for me. But how was it up in the booth, Happy?
It was pretty good. You could definitely see a lot of people were having trouble with the lines, you know. Yeah, I mean, they were just all over the place. But, I don't, a lot of the incidents were, really, I think a lot of them were in the tri-oval, or the quad oval, whatever you want to call it there. But, where people are just kind of cutting down close to the line and just coming up too much, or people just trying to push 3 wide. On that big green run, it was good. And then there was no cars around, and there's 3 of them that just decided to go 3 wide there to cause that kind of later caution.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was tough.
yeah, it was just a few things like that, but overall, wasn't a bad race. I think they had the pits thing figured out. So I think we only had one issue with the pits this time.
Yeah, and I think that only happened because we were under the assumption that the pit issue was still going on, where it doesn't open up until after the pace car goes around to take the line, and then it closes immediately. But they had it opened at the right time, so thankfully that's all taken care of, and don't have to worry about that anymore. And because of that situation, people weren't sure about pits, so they had crossed the line, gotten black flags that way. That was the very first pit stop we had of the race as well.
Mhm.
So, yeah, shout out to Tucker for the race control that he took care of with all that and making sure he was, covering all those black flags that we had, because it's a rough track for those black flags, especially for the pit entry and all that stuff. So I mean, it's not an easy task for sure.
Wilder, you got to watch it, and I believe that was when you jumped in the booth as well, didn't you? Or was that for ARCA?
Yeah. I watched like the last probably third of it live, and then I went back and watched the rest later on. But yeah, I was looking just now at the incident points. Man, it looked like kind of a mess there. Nobody had
Oh,
zero. I think 2 guys had 4, and a handful of guys had 8, and everybody else in double digits. Some 20s in there too. So, so yeah. I mean, I don't like the track at all. Um, but yeah, just difficult. It looked like going into 3, a lot of guys were drifting up in 3 and 4. We're not able to keep it down all the way on the bottom, and then through that tri-oval, there's you're trying to stay off the wall, and it's hard to see what line everybody's running through there sometimes. So it just gets kind of tangled up a little bit.
yeah, I know back last season when we ran this track, I was able to get to the front and able to push a lot of people through the entire track pretty much. I never got the opportunity. I started at the back, and when we got going, it was okay. We're not doing too bad. We're going to run around the outside, try to get up to the 2 people that we had in the call. I had Chris and Mike, who were both playoff drivers, in the call, trying to get one of them towards the front, give them as many stage points and all that we could. And very early in the race, just not able to stop for an incident that happened right in front of me through the quad oval, and ran into Chris. So myself and Chris both getting damage in that incident. Left Mike little out to dry as well, because he was by himself up front, and we were just trying to deal with damage for most of the race, and never really recovered from it. I mean, there was one point where I think Chris and I were both a lap down, and we both had to get back onto the lead lap. So it was a rough race overall. You never want to have to use your fast repair early in the race like that, and yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, no, it looked like Noah and Shane, them 2 were kind of dominating the first half of the race, and were out front. And I see Shane finished 9th. Where did Noah finish? There he is. Oh,
17th.
17th. Wow, yeah. So I mean, they got some stage points though, so that definitely helps their points.
Yeah.
Shane moved up. Both of them moved up actually quite a bit in the playoff standings there.
Yeah, Noah ended up, I think, getting involved in an incident on the last lap, which is why he finished so far down. I think it was coming into turn 1. There was a lot of people getting damage. Might have been either into 1 or out of 2. I can't remember which it was. But I ended up having a busted truck at the end as well, and had to drive around half a lap with tires being completely broke on it, and just trying to finish the race at that point. yeah, it was it was a tough race all around. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, and then especially at the finish there, like it was a pretty good finish with a little bit of carnage at the end. But as super speedways go, it always gave for a good finish anyway. And
Yep.
luckily for him, he got his paint
Yeah.
front and center, man.
Yeah, let's show that. We're showing that?
We are now.
The race
All
winner,
right.
Brandon Dayhoff. Are we showing the top 5 or just the race winner?
I just showed the top 5, so we're on the race winner right now.
Got you top 5. So Brandon Dayhoff got the race win with Anthony Hall finishing in second, and Seabolt rounding out the top 3. So that was 2 of those HBR guys getting up there. Then we had Kean Fry finishing in 4th with Justin Nava finishing 5th. Finishing out the top 10, Josh Presley in 6th, Mason Connell 7th, Brad Dorr 8th, Shane Williams 9th, and KT McCann in 10th position.
All right. Yep. And I'll go ahead and pull up the bracket right now. Kind of go over that, see where everybody stands.
Yeah, looking at the bracket.
Guess that was Seabolt and Anthony Hall really are the main ones that gained on that.
Yeah, because Hall,
Atlanta
I believe,
race.
Hall was on the bubble on one of either side of the bubble. I don't remember which, but and Seabolt, I mean, Seabolt was up there as far as points were concerned, but he was not safe by any stretch of the imagination. But plus 23 going into Rockingham now for Ryan Seabolt, as he is in the lead of all the playoff drivers, with Anthony Hall at plus 18. Noah Tills, after his strong performance, he moves up to plus 13. Shane Williams off the bubble now at plus 11. Justin Nava plus 9. Mason Connell plus 8. Danny Gross plus 3, as well as Mike Kufel also plus 3. And Wilder all the way from the points lead to underneath the cut line right now, minus 3, with Chris Weiniger at minus 4, Bobby Grady minus 18. So he took the biggest hit out of everybody for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dustin Bloodworth now minus 28. That's pretty much in win now, must win territory for Bloodworth. I think he's going to have a really good point stay here at Rockingham to really bounce back, I think, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Noah Tills, I think he was right at the cut line as well. So he had a real strong, I believe, stage point performance. So I think that really helped him. And then, yeah, Wilder, not bad for missing.
Right.
Like,
Nah.
but that's because you had your season bonus. You were up there. Bobby didn't get that big of a season bonus and didn't have all them stage points you did. So with him missing a race, it really put Bobby behind the 8 ball there. No
Yeah, Noah
pun
actually
intended.
Noah did win both stages too, so that does help.
Yeah. So I did shoot him up. So, a lot of those guys that were in the cut line area did really well, and a lot of the guys up top, I mean, yes, we'll include Wilder and Grady. I mean, they didn't do well this race, but not being there, I guess, counts as not doing well. But yeah, so it kind of switched things up a lot just after that first race. But super speedways will do that.
Yeah, Seabolt winning that race. If you think about it, Seabolt winning that race, that was pretty big for him. I mean, that gives him the lead basically. Otherwise, he'd be tied with Hall right now, right? So
Yep.
that was kind of a big deal for him, and pushed him up there. And yeah, it just kind of got flip flop a little bit. Some of the guys that were in the middle are still in the middle. I'm glad I'm only 3 below the cut line. I thought it might be more, especially if Bobby was there and Chris would have, I know he had some trouble, had a rough race, and if he would have, even got a top 10, I mean, he would have been up in front of me too. So it would have made it a little bit more difficult. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Chris.
we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Chris would have
Chris-
been another 10 or 15 points up. I mean, luckily, nobody in the playoffs won. So
Yeah.
with
Yeah, that was a big deal. Yeah.
So that doesn't
Yeah.
knock anybody out automatically, or
Exactly.
Right.
one less anyway. So
Yeah,
that's
and
good.
Chris had about as bad a race as you could have at Atlanta. I mean, anything that could go wrong did for him. It was
Yeah.
awful for him.
But you had one of
He
those,
wasn't
Matt,
happy.
but we'll get into that later.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that very shortly, actually.
So,
Yep.
but as far as Rockingham, how do y'all feel about that? Y'all done any testing on that? I think Wilder, you were talking earlier. You probably
Yeah,
were.
I started like last week or a couple weeks ago, just doing some laps here and there during the week. But now I'm gonna start hitting it hard in an AI race today, and felt pretty good about it. So I mean, just gonna do laps and just get used to. It's a funky track. There's characteristics to it that are different than most tracks, so you just gotta get used to that.
Yeah, and having the experience that we had from the Gen 6 car as well will also help for all those guys racing in the trucks. It obviously won't react the same way, but it will help us as far as just layout of the track. We're going to understand certain characteristics of the track a little bit better than the people who may not have had as many laps on it. So that's something to have in our back pocket.
Well, looking at the playoffs, Matt, since we'll kind of keep Wilder out of this, but who do you think is who do you think's the favorite moving forward? Do you think Wilder's still the favorite moving forward?
Looking through the schedule, I mean, we've got Rockingham and Vegas these next two races. Wilder had the win at Vegas last season. Early in the season, I was trying to chase him down in those last couple of laps. Couldn't do it. Um, Wilder's he's got speed, so I think he's got to be one of the favorites. Chris has been very consistent. He's had a couple of bad races, this last one included. If he can continue to point his way through, I mean, he's going to be able to get a bunch of those points back if he gets to the next round via the playoff points that he has acquired. So, I mean, Dover, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to
my
remember what
problem
happened at Dover, though,
my
last
problem
season.
is here is I see all these good drivers in here, but I'm like, okay, Wilder and Chris, maybe they can work their way up, maybe even Grady. But what other three or two or one's going to fall out? Because everybody ahead of them's good drivers too. So, and really, one of these guys need that are in the red below the cut line,
It's a win.
or a bad race. I mean, one bad race at one out of these next two is pretty much going to do it for you.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like I was saying, Bloodworth's kind of in a situation now already, being almost
Yes.
30 points behind where he's going to need to get a win.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or he's going to have to go out and dominate a race.
So, well, the next two probably.
At least one to get him back in it, and then he can just have a good race.
Right.
He's going to have to dominate one and have a good race or win one. Those are his two options, I feel like, at being 28 behind the cut line. For Grady, he's kind of in the same situation, not as dire, where he's only at minus 18. But Grady always has shown speed, so I think he's got an opportunity to win at Rockingham or Vegas as well. Chris has experience at Rockingham, so I mean it's going to help him. I'm trying to think of who, I mean, of the drivers that are in it right now that would potentially be drops. I mean, Mason Connell's shown speed, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do at Rockingham, and that track eats tires. We know that.
Yeah, I know. This is.
I don't know that there is a
fun.
favorite. That's the thing. I don't think there is a favorite because all of the drivers, and I said this off camera before too. I think the truck series has been the most competitive this season that it's ever been. I think that there were possibly 16 to 18 drivers that could have been in the championship or could have been in the playoff at the very least. And it's tough to have to cut down here from 12 to 8 in the next couple of weeks, but I don't really know if there is a favorite. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Wilder gets through this round of 12, and I think he'll be able to take care of the round of 8 with Dover, which I know he's decent at, and then with a road course, we all know he's going to do well there. I think he'll move on if he gets to the round of 8. And like Mike, if he ekes through and gets through the round of 12 here, he was running first place. Me and him were battling out at Dover.
Yep.
Before he had some hardships. But
and there's a Talladega race to go there too, and we know that Mike likes super speedways. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be awesome to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
just think
looking forward.
with me, Chris, and Bobby falling below the cut line, that leaves it wide open pretty much. Like if one of us would have ended up, ahead after this race, Chris, if he would have did really well and won or something, he would probably be the favorite, I would say. Um, but since all three of us kind of dropped below the cut line, it's kind of opened it up for everybody. So
Yep, it's going to be interesting for sure.
It is very exciting. I'm glad we switched it to the playoffs this season. It seems like it's going to be a real good time. Definitely a lot more dramatic.
Absolutely.
All right.
And then
well,
after that,
yeah,
on to Gen 6
Gen 6. All right.
and the storm that I had to drive through. I use the word storm very loosely.
All right. Well, what do you want to go over now? Top 5 or just the race in general or?
Well, I don't really know much about the race, what happened after halfway, so you'd have to talk more about that than me. But yeah, I mean, it was cautions galore in the Gen 6 race. I mean, 9 cautions is probably the most cautions we've had in a Gen 6 race so far this season, or very close to it, I would imagine. Maybe other than New Hampshire. New Hampshire was kind of up there as well. But especially for a super speedway, I did not expect it to be as awful as it was for a driver like me who has always prided himself on his super speedway speed. Yeah, it was rough right from the get-go for me. So
Yeah, I mean, I was doing okay. I had EOL to start the race and I worked my way up. I think I was able to work my way up there. Just kind of, it's Talladega. You just kind of try to stay with your team the best you can. I know at first I was trying to keep up with Bobby or let him catch my draft, and I lost the draft. But we didn't go a lap down, and then stage happened, and I was fine. I don't think I had but a 4X until you had about 20 X's. So then once you left, I think all that bad luck migrated to me because I think I ended up with like 16 or 18 X's by then, and um, I had a minute of damage, and I had another minute of damage, and I had 40 seconds of damage. So then I had gotten another incident, had to use my fast pair. Then I got another incident, and I was just limping around the track, and I had 8 minutes of damage then of
yeah,
required. So kind of did my race in, and I really needed some decent stage points, and I think I got 3, and that's it.
yeah, I needed some points too, and unfortunately, my race was done before we even hit the halfway point of the race, or right as we hit the halfway point of the race. 5 laps in, somebody from the bottom came up the track and completely slammed into my my left side, and into the wall I went. My wheel was literally at 10 o'clock. I had to go in and use my fast repair right there because I can't go around the track with that happening. So I went in and used my fast repair. Went down a lap, used a wave around at the next caution to get back to the lead lap, and then on the restart, I lost the draft because apparently you can't be more than 4/10 of a second behind the car in front of you, or you lose the draft in these cars, which never used to be the case. So then I almost went another lap down. I think actually I did go another lap down because I
Yeah,
ended up having to use because we
did.
got a caution. We got another caution, and I took a wave around again, and that time I stayed on with everybody. And then about 6 laps later, got right hooked and killed my car. And I said, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm gone. So I got the fastest lap of the race, though.
Hey, there's a point.
That's the only bonus point I got was the fastest lap of the race. So there's that, I suppose.
Well, but I mean, we did have a new winner.
Yep.
Start our playoffs, and again, it wasn't a playoff driver. So and that was Drew Holleran. So congratulations on him. I mean, he was able to stay in it. He was kind of up front, in the back, up front, in kind of like everybody was. But then he was just in the right place at the right time there at the end. Made a couple of good moves to get up front, and was able to get his first win. Ironically, I was messaging him afterwards. He has just as many wins as Gen 6 as he does ARCA,
Yep.
which you would think, I mean, he's quick. He should have more wins than that in ARCA, you would think. But yeah, one in each now, and definitely add another winner, which I thought, I think we've had more than I thought we would here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different winners in 10 races.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then looking at the top 5, Drew gets the first place finish with Bobby Grady finishing second, and then Brandon Dayhoff in third, William Kern in fourth, and Daniel Everly rounding up the top 5. Looking at the rest of the top 10, Zachary Tyler in sixth, Chris Weiniger gets seventh, Andre Carvalho eighth, Don Miller ninth, and Mason Connell rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, just from what I saw, I mean, I saw some a lot of people up front. I can't remember. I don't think I watched the whole thing, but shout out to Josh Parker. He started on the pole, I think.
Yep.
And he led a bunch of laps, and he had speed, and he was looking good there. He didn't get the finish at the end, but shout out to him, man. That was probably his best run. I would think he didn't. I don't think he made the play. No, he didn't make the playoffs, but that was probably his best run in this series for sure. Grady was leading a lot of laps too. It seemed like every time I turned it on, Grady was up front a lot and up in the mix. But Travis as well, wasn't? Was he up there for a
Yeah.
little bit of the race there?
Trav was
Yeah,
up
yeah.
there. Yeah, I had a few laps led on that second stint, I think, and
Okay.
yeah, I think everybody, a lot of people had a piece of that anyway. At least just try to get that
It's a
one
lot of lead
lap.
changes. 25 lead changes, so it wasn't dominated by anybody. It's a super speedway. I mean, I do like this one better than definitely better than Atlanta, but just there's I don't know. It feels like Atlanta, you just kind of get trapped in and can't really do nothing. You're just kind of stuck.
New
At least here
Atlanta's
you can.
doo doo.
Yeah, yeah. So it's Talladega. At least you can get some runs and make some moves. I haven't done any laps in a pack or anything in this car, so I'm not sure how it drafted or anything. But
Same thing as
yeah,
Daytona.
a lot of incidents though. It was crazy to see that many wrecks with this group of guys and not really a ton of cars out there. There was 20 or so.
19.
Yeah, 19. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah, it was a decent amount. So super speedway. Just take it for what it's worth on that. But now we can't go over the playoffs because we kind of, that got kind of taken up a little bit too. Not our top, but
it's very close. I'm looking at it. It's close, third to all
well,
the way
I'll tell
down
you
to
what,
10.
from third all the way to 10th, we are a 6-point swing. So I mean,
Right. Yeah.
my goodness, I mean, Kern had a good stage day and he finished fourth, I think. Bobby had a good day and he finished second. So that just bumped them up. I did not have a good day. I'm almost at the darn cut line.
To be fair, everybody from third back is close to the cut line.
Yeah.
Until you get to
Yeah.
myself and KT. But yeah, Kern at plus 58, Bobby Grady at plus 23, and then from here back it's pretty close. Kevin Fry at plus 6, Bryce Tucker at plus 5, Don Miller and Chris Weiniger both at plus 3, Happy at plus 2, Travis George at plus 1, Brandon Dayhoff on the other side of that at minus 1, so those guys 1 point apart. Wilder fell down to 13 back using the provisional there. Myself, I am 21 behind the cut line, and KT minus 23. So for KT and myself, must win territory almost, pretty close to it anyway. So
yeah, Wilder's only
Wow.
saving grace is we'll have Watkins Glen. Now, granted, Kern says he's not a road racer, but he always does well. And we know Fry is good on the road, and Tucker's good on the road.
Yep.
George does okay on the road sometimes as well. So, I'm decent. I won't be in contention to get top 3, but I should get a decent amount of points, I would hope. Yeah.
Trying to
So
think back to who
then
won Sonoma. Was it Fry that won Sonoma? I think that was the last road course we did, right? I think he was up there.
Fry,
I
will
might have finished
you?
second. I finished second, I believe.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at the next race. It's Auto Club. I mean, it's a racer's track. That should be fun in these cars. It should be really fun in these cars, really.
Second best 2-mile track.
First best. Will won the Sonoma race.
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, I got third. Yeah. Yeah, Tucker too. Tucker will have something to say about Watkins Glen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, yeah, you'll probably get good stage points and stuff. Let's see if you can come out with the win. Maybe you won't need it, but but then there's Auto Club. Matt is.
I'm gonna need the win there.
I mean, I know he loves
'Cause
Auto Club. I mean, you at least need a good day. I mean, you
Nope.
need a good day.
I need a win there because Watkins
Oh,
Glen is
Watkins
not a
Glen.
track that I'm gonna do well at. So I need to go into Auto Club gunning for the win.
Yep.
I need to try to get as many points as I can out of that race because otherwise I'm going to be on the wrong side of the cut line when we get to the end of Watkins Glen. So
Yeah. Yeah. You're kind of in a bad way.
yep, I needed points. I needed good points at Talladega, and I got shafted. So there was a reason why I left the race and why the team needed me to not be in that call because I was not having a good night, and they didn't need to hear it. So here we are. I am in this predicament that I'm in, and we'll see what happens. I was good at Michigan, which is the worst of the two tracks. So hopefully I can replicate and maybe improve my position by 3 positions at Auto Club.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, gonna be pretty interesting. So
Should be fun.
yeah. Oh yeah. This been a fun season.
It has.
I mean, we can if you want, we can take a break and talk about what we're gonna do next season if that's something we want to talk about now, or
yeah, we can talk about that now.
Yeah, we'll go ahead,
Yeah.
Matt.
All right. Well, starting at the end of this season, we'll have a little short break as we always do for our miniature off season, and starting up for season 4 of trucks, we will have those continuing on Sunday, and then on Mondays, no longer the Gen 6, we will be bringing back the next gen car to race Monday nights, and then Tuesdays will remain with our rookie series, our ARCA series. And then no Friday series at all. We're going to be moving it to Wednesday. So all of our action will happen between Sunday and Wednesday, right back to back to back to back. But we are going to be going with the Xfinity car. All of these series will be free to join. We will have iRating caps for each of them as we do currently. Expect Xfinity to kind of be in the same scope as where Gen 6 is now. Next gen will be in the same scope as what next gen was, with maybe a few tweaks.
Yeah, I think
for this coming season.
I think we're gonna have next gen pretty much open ended. I think.
Yep.
So,
and then ARCA will continue to be the same, as will the trucks, as far as what our iRating caps on min and max are. So expect that to more information about that with schedules and all that to be coming out in the near future. On the back end, we've already figured out our truck series, what tracks we're racing. We just don't have the final schedule. We're still working on the other 3 series right now, but it will be a 20 week schedule, 20 race schedule, not week schedule.
yeah,
there will be some off weeks there because of holidays and all that, and the Super Bowl and all those things that similar to season 2. We're going to try to eliminate the on off that we had in the playoff in the chase for the trucks in season 2 by trying to moving around the dates a little bit to make it so it's a little better for us and not having to worry about the extra 2 weeks that we'll have to plan for the truck series and all those. So
yeah, they going back to our 20 race season, we only did 18 this season because we were trying to align our next gen up better in like a season or 2. But since we had some changes and all, then we can just wait on next gen and we can just all get started up at the same time. So,
yep.
We'll be able to have 11 regular season races with 9 playoff races in all the series except ARCA. Probably not going to change that. Probably just have to stay the chase format. But we'll probably do like 12 races there, 8 with the chase.
Yep.
And yeah, it should be fun. I think I already got a few people that were really interested in Xfinity coming back. So
awesome.
I believe Wilder is going to take the lead on the Xfinity Series this next season, along with Tucker.
With Tucker. Yep.
Yep. But then I think me
And
and you are going to do the next gen.
Yep. And then we've got Chris and Mike continuing in the trucks as far as the admins overseeing for that, and newcomer to the admin team. Are we announcing this yet?
That's fine with me.
All right, we've got a newcomer to the admin team. Brandon Dayhoff will be joining us on the admin side of things, and he will be controlling the ARCA series with a potential for some other admins if they would like to join up with us and help out. That would be awesome. We're always looking for admin support to try to cover as many series as we possibly can. So
yeah, definitely gonna be fun. I mean, a lot of people like the next gen cars. I don't. Heck, even the real NASCAR drivers don't. So I can tell they made them just like that because, man, they're just not as fun.
what do you mean?
They are popular though, so I mean that's why we gotta have it. I think anyways. That's just my opinion. Like I know they're pretty popular, so I think we'll be able to get a pretty full field there, and not struggle with the field size. I don't think. Just depending on who's racing in it. If there's no cap, it can, how those go sometimes. A couple guys can dominate, and hey, that's what it's going to be. I mean, if it's open, it's open. So if you're coming in, there may be some guys that are going to dominate. Maybe not though. Who knows? You never know. I don't. It just depends on who's in there. And don't get discouraged if you are racing against guys that are way faster than you. You can always learn from that, and I would encourage everybody to, stay in there, even if they do get in there and there's somebody dominating. Just stick with it and enjoy the process and try to learn.
Oh yeah, Bryson Wheel dominated season 1 in the trucks, and I was able, 9 races and 7 races, so 16 races out of 20 they won.
Yeah.
Then their buddy Bowen, he come in and won 3 of them, and the only guy that ever won one was Ryan Quick in the season opener at Daytona, and that was it. It was just them 3 on the team. So, they come in and dominate. But I was able to learn a lot at that first season from those guys. So yeah, definitely
Yep.
racing with
Me
people
as
that
well.
are just faster than you. You can really learn a lot.
Yeah, and I'm excited about Xfinity too. That's my favorite car by far on the NASCAR side of things. Although I'm beginning to like the ARCA car a lot as far as officials and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm excited to have Xfinity. It's a fun car to drive, and it's a little different than trucks. It's different than all of them, really. It's a little more loose and on the right rear. It's not so tight most of the time, so should be fun.
Yeah, I'm glad we're going back to the more traditional work your way up type of series. But the Gen 6 was fun. It's just not as
How it was.
popular. I wish people would
Yeah.
that they haven't got a chance to really drive it would give it a chance because it really is a blast of a car to drive, and we're having fun, and this group of guys in here are fun. So I'll
Tighter
miss
than
it.
tighter than hell, but it is a fun car to drive.
It is.
And then at Rockingham was just wild. I mean,
Oh man.
that car at Rockingham was just crazy.
Oh
And New Hampshire. New Hampshire was tough too.
Yep.
It was it's fun. Um, yeah, on the mile and a half, so it does seem to be a little tight, on those cookie cutter ones. So
Stupid 550 package.
But
yeah,
it seems like the shorter tracks are interesting. But I thought they handled pretty well on the road courses. I'm sure you'll agree because you had a good race
oh yeah,
there. Better than the next gen does. So, I think
yeah,
maybe I wouldn't mind the next gen if it wasn't for that 5th gear because that really does mess me up because it's always in between gears every corner, and you're like, do I shift or do I not? I don't know. And
The answer 9
and
times out of 10 is yes, by the way.
yeah, right.
it's just learning it too. That I think that's the thing. It's just a little. I've heard Bryce Fontaine. He says the same thing. It's just you got to kind of forget a lot of what you know about driving the other cars on here NASCAR wise, and just kind of think a different way about it, and work on it and practice. He does really well in it, and I think he likes them pretty much. So Um, yeah, it's just learning it. I think it's just a little different than the rest of the cars, and it kind of it's kind of discouraging though. You get in the races and you're just like, oh, I hate this car, I hate this car. So it's hard to get into it and get the seat time. But I think once you get the seat time, maybe you'll start turning around on it a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I was starting to get the. I don't know if I even felt like I improved at all really throughout the season. Although I had to miss the later part of it, but I don't know. It's a hard car for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely excited
Yeah,
to get back in Xfinity since we did that little half season. Um,
yeah,
and then I think with it free and I think we can get our attendance up as well. So for sure.
yeah,
That's the hope.
yeah. I know there's some guys that don't like to drive the trucks too. I've heard that from some of the maybe even the ARCA guys. I think they're saying the trucks I really don't like. I wish there was another series we can get into, and that now they can, if they meet the I rating threshold, and they can probably gonna have to bump theirs up a little bit to get in there. But I mean, probably not much, right? I mean, what's going to be the bottom for Xfinity?
No, I mean we have an eye test too. If you've been in the league and maybe Wilder or your series director thinks that you can maybe handle Xfinity, then even with a lower I rating,
Yeah.
we trust our admins to say he's good, he's good, he can come up. And
Hmm.
We've done that
Right.
in the
Yeah.
past. I
yeah,
mean, we had back before we had the low end I rating cap for or like I think it was 1850 was the low end for the next gen last season. We had some drivers that were below that cap that we allowed into the next gen because we, I tested them and said, these guys are reliable. We know they're not going to purposefully get into anybody and cause issues. So
yeah, and there's just some
we've got
people
no issues
that
with that.
just don't do officials like me. I do not. I mean, I'll do like 4 or 5 a year, maybe. I
I
just
do the
don't.
Daytona 500. That's about it.
I just don't do officials, and not everybody's gonna do officials, and maybe they're really a 3,000 I rating, really, but only a 1,500 I rating, you know. So eye test
Yeah.
sometimes is just as good. So,
Yep,
but clean. But we don't really care how fast you are. You just gotta be clean and know the
that's the
rules.
biggest thing.
It's you know. But with that, yeah, I'm excited to get that going. Of course, that's still November, December when we'll end up starting our next season. So
Yep,
that's a ways away. Well, I
it
guess we
is.
can get into the ARCA race there at
Before we
Charlotte.
do that,
Oh yeah,
one
go
more
ahead.
thing.
Go ahead.
We got the money race this Monday. We want
Yeah.
to keep getting some more signups in if we can. We were last I knew we're at 27 entries. I know one of those was Joe Katchmar, and he said he wasn't going to be driving in it. He was just donating his money for the cause. So if we can get probably like at least 4 more drivers to sign up for it, that would be awesome. Reach out to an admin, even if it's just one of the 3 of us that are in here, and let us know if you would like to sign up. $10 entry fee will get you in, and most of the proceeds will go back to the drivers. We got race winner at 30 entries will be $100 if you win the race, and then 70 and 40, I believe, were the other 2 payouts.
Yeah,
So
that was. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we get to 30. By golly, I don't want to have to refigure the money out, darn it.
but yeah,
Yeah.
so if we
That's
can
true.
get if we can get 4 more entries, we can get to that 30 driver number, and we can be right at the numbers that were on that flyer. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, should be
let
a
us
good
know.
time. Oh yeah, it should be a good broadcast. It should be a fun race. Always.
And entries close Sunday night. So if you want to try to get into it. Ask before Sunday.
Yes. Then our All-Star race, I'm probably just going to put it out there, see who wants to race in it, but it's going to be an 87s at the uh where'd you end up
Wilkesboro.
deciding? Wilder, Wilkesboro?
Yeah.
Was that
North
it?
Wilkesboro.
Yeah, there you go. We'll
Yeah.
do North Wilkesboro. So I'm sure we'll do something like 250 laps somewhere around there. Make it a pretty sturdy race. So
Yeah.
and that should still be broadcasted by Tim and Mike. Let them guys have the call on that.
As long as
And
they've got the stuff for it. We got to find out if they do. If they don't, then I'll make sure it's broadcasted either way. So
oh well maybe
it will be broadcasted.
maybe HVRL will take care of that if need be. But either way, he did upgrade. Got a new. He got a Mozart 12. Got some pedals. Got a wheel. Got a 5080 GPU now.
Wow.
Yeah,
He went big.
he did. I
There we
know.
go.
He said he was excited about the broadcast. I think he just messaged me. That was yesterday or the day before. So
Nice. Awesome.
yeah, yeah. So maybe he even said maybe with that R12 he can keep it more steady. I said I
Hey,
hope so.
what did he have before? Was it a did he say what he had before? Because if it was like a
Yeah. You know what
Logitech,
he had? He had cerebral palsy apparently.
jeez.
God dang, that dude couldn't stay in the line. I'm sorry, Tim. I love you.
Not what I'm talking about. Not what I'm talking about, Happy.
Oh,
I'm talking about the
Damn.
wheel.
my bad.
What wheel did he have before? Do you know?
No, I don't know. I think
Okay.
it might have been the Logitech.
Yeah. So I mean, I know for me going from the belt driven wheel to the direct drive, definitely you could feel the difference, and it made a big time difference as far as just steadiness on the track. So I mean, I'm not the most steady as far as like keeping a line, but I feel like I can keep a line better than I did a year ago without this setup. So
Well, see, you know, I heard a lot of people turn their force feedback down on super speedways, but I crank mine up. I run like 5 or 6 more newton meters than I normally do at a normal track because I just feel like the more strength I can keep it steady more. But I've heard a lot of people turning it down. So um, either way, you'll find that nice sweet spot on the super speedway because
Yep.
they are different. Every little bit of movement is just magnified on the super speedway.
Yep. So and then I think that's all the things we have other than our ARCA race.
Heck yeah. Well, let's get into that.
Longest race of the season for those guys in the ARCA car at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. The regular season finale for them as well ended up being 133 laps due to an overtime and a lot of cautions. 14 cautions on the race. Some of those were bumped up because we had a couple of incidents that we needed to extend the caution. But 32 laps underneath the caution. We did have a couple of really great runs though. There were like two. I think we had
Yeah,
two green flag pit
I was
stops. I
about to
think.
say that's not really that bad for 130 laps with these ARCA guys. 14, you know, probably maybe about 10 really. Not that bad, but I mean, we started out good. It got worse, and then it got a little bit worse.
And then it got better because I think we ended up
Then
having
then it
two
got
green
good.
flag pit stops. I think
Yes, and of course the caution came out when only 2 people.
again.
Yeah, again, because that's what we do here in ARCA series is green flag pit stops and 2 people are left on the lead lap, and then a caution comes out.
Yeah.
That's like a
Yeah,
third
it was
time, isn't it,
crazy.
Wilder?
All the time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's more
crazy.
than that, I think. It's like 4 or 5 maybe.
Milwaukee, this one,
Crazy.
and I think there's one. There was one other one, right?
Oh, there's definitely one
The
other
winner.
one.
Which one did John Shields win? That one was one that happened
Oh,
at
that
two.
was, yeah.
Oh yeah. It was a mile and a half too, I think, or maybe Chicagoland. I can't remember. There was I
Chicagoland.
want to
Yep.
say there was like I want to say there was like 2 more like that. But yeah, it's been interesting how that works. It's unpredictable, and it just works out for some guys, or doesn't work out for some guys. But anyways, I watched that. I thought it was a good race. I mean, Thad Miller was pretty dominant. Him and Murray, right?
Yeah.
And then Dayhoff was up there every once in a while, but I mean, it was pretty much Murray and Miller like kind of dominating the thing. So it was a good race, though. I mean, they had good green flag stops, and then the caution came out. But yeah, I mean, good job, Dayhoff. Got 2 wins this week.
Yeah, and Keller was up there quite a bit as well. He led almost 20 laps of the race. But really, what the story was the race for the regular season championship. Thad Miller was trying to get there. He did everything he could to get to that point. The only difference maker being winning the race. He needed to win the race to beat Brandon Dayhoff, and Dayhoff was the one that came away with that win anyway. We had a lot of battles on the cut line as well that ended up not being really battles because of incident points and damage for all of these different guys. And pretty much everybody that was in going into the race remained in because of that. Even though there were a lot of drivers that had issues, Sean McLean being one of them, he ended up finishing in the 25th position, 95 laps down. Had an incident early in the race, and then a second one pretty shortly after that put him in a real bad spot. And I believe he made it in, even though
Yeah,
he
I'm gonna
had that
go.
issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the Chase Outlook. I made it right there in the ARCA series, and I went ahead and included the Chase for Championship flyer there, or a graphic.
Yeah, so he was. No, he didn't make it. He was the one that was on the bubble on the outside. That's what it was. He had a chance at getting in. That's what it was. And Brent McKee was the one that ended up making it in. So, yeah, it was a heck of a battle there at the bottom of the cut line, and yeah, it turned into a heck of a race. Honestly, like I said, a couple of green flag runs and some green flag pit stops in there at the end. Again, we had the same story. So it was a good race, honestly. And at the end of it, Brandon Dayhoff got the win with Nathan Murray finishing in second. Thad Miller finished third with John Shields in fourth. And then Shane Johnson, newcomer to the league, he got fifth. That's twice, I believe, he's gotten into the top five there at the end of the race, back-to-back weeks. So not a bad run for the number 2 car. Gregory Vadnais got into 6th position, Forrest Martin 7th, John Stapleton in 8th, Drew Halloran in 9th, and Nathan McGee in 10th. That was our pole sitter as well, was Nathan McGee in the number 26 car.
Yeah, and Gregory, I think he had his best finish, and he's doing not very well on the IPL this season. One of the higher IPL ones, but yeah, only a 6X for him on that long race, so that really helped him out on the IPL. So it was a great job by him.
And John Shields had a 4X. I think that was the lowest of the race. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we did have a lot of X's, and this is a new IPL review week, I believe. So there's going to be quite a bit of returning people or new people that are on there now that has had a few bad races. I thought this was going to be more of a low caution one, but something with Charlotte, man, is just trucks. I know last season, can't remember what trucks, if we had a lot of cautions this season in trucks or not, but last season was bad. This season with ARCA had quite a bit of cautions, and I think with the trucks it wasn't super great either. Probably more cautions than I thought there was going to be as well.
Yeah.
So
I just say overall good season though. I mean, I think guys have gotten better. I think we've definitely like solidified, the 25 or so drivers that are showing up every week. And I think that consistency helps with, everybody starting to know each other and who they're getting, drive around and drive hard and maybe who to give a little extra room or who they can race tight with and things like that. And I've seen improvement, from a lot of guys as far as the incident points for sure. They're really thinking about it a lot more now and trying to stay as clean as possible. And that is the goal of this whole thing. And give guys a chance to win races and championships and compete for that they might not be able to in other leagues that don't have a salary cap that kind of works out for them. So I think overall it's been a good season. What do you guys think?
No, it
Yeah.
has, and definitely congratulations to Dayhoff for winning the regular season championship, and he's not going to be able to come back. He also got his third win, I believe. So
Yep.
that doing that, but with everything pretty much resets now. I mean, he only has like a 5-point lead over Thad, and a couple. I mean, from first to last is 25 points is the only difference, which is quite a bit with no stage points, but still, you know, what do you have? 8 races in this? Eight or so
Yep.
races. Yeah.
8
So
races.
it's definitely anybody's race. So I like getting that kind of reset halfway through the season a little bit, and you get to a little bit of bonus on how you perform during the season. But you just kind of a lot of people really find their groove a little bit later in the season. So I mean, now we have Thad. He's really been I mean, he's been up there, but I feel like he's doing really well these last couple of races. So he's going to go into it kind of hit
Yeah,
the
he's
ground
been
running.
fairly consistent, the whole season. But now he's pushing up into the top three and leading laps and up there with Dayhoff has probably led the most laps this season with Drew probably pretty close behind him, and Forrest Martin's been up there, Keller's been up there, and now Thad. I mean, he's been up there in points pretty much the whole season, I think, but now he's really pushing to get that win, which I'm pretty sure is going to come here, maybe one of these playoff races.
Yeah.
Iowa's up. That should be a fun track.
Yeah, it
Yeah, Iowa
should.
was good.
I wanted to say on this is our only first season in ARCA, and I think what really helped trucks out going into this season, season 3, is we have a lot of returning people that have already raced around with each other. The new guys
Yep.
are getting on teams with guys that has been here to help out with rules and what HVRL expects, and then a lot of these veterans have just been very welcoming and helping out. So I think as the seasons go on, this is our first ARCA season. So I think as the seasons go on, every season will be better and better.
Yep.
As far as everybody transition into this league, and um, you know, having all of our returning guys, which hopefully we have a lot of returning guys coming in, and not let the IPL get to them this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just say, I mean, there was some messy races this regular season, but I think it's gotten better. I mean, just we're still having a lot of cautions, but I mean, we're having long green flag runs that we weren't having at the beginning of the season, really. So that's been a good to see. And yeah, we encourage you guys, everybody in the ARCA series to when we open up the truck series, if you're above 1,000 I rating, that's probably going to be the same. And again, if you're a little bit below it and you want to race in it, and you've been here all season, and we've seen you, not, you know, creating too much havoc, then we'll probably just let you in the truck series. So we encourage you guys to sign up for that and move up. That's the goal, guys, to improve and move on through the series and have fun.
Yeah, and I know I've had a question or two about, are we going to change the format for ARCA and things like that? Like, we don't want you guys to get comfortable in the ARCA series. Like, it's at its bare bones. Like, we want you to move up. So it's not it doesn't have all the thrills that the other series are going to have in our main Discord. So pretty much get out of that ARCA Discord and move up, and then we have a lot more stage racing. We have a lot more playoffs. Even more competition up all the way through the field. Um, yeah, we just want you guys to move up. Plus, there's going to be a lot of wrecks in ARCA and incidents and guys learning. We don't want people racing for stage points twice during the race. That's only going to create
Yeah.
more havoc.
Yep.
So that's why it's bare bones. So that's probably
And
not changing. But like I said, if you want something fancier and more fun, move up.
I think
yeah, a lot of these.
that's really what's
Go ahead.
been so good about the Gen 6, really. I mean, because we have that gap from the top end drivers that we had from the Cup series all the way down to some of these truck guys, and that was kind of the mishmash of the two other series that we had going on. So that was why we were kind of excited to bring the Gen 6 in, was to kind of give us that middle ground for the guys who are, just a little bit too good for just being in the trucks, but they're not good enough to be the Cup series, and the guys who are in the Cup series that want to come down and race with these guys that were coming up from trucks. So it's a good middle ground. And I mean, the same could be said about the trucks right now. You got some of the ARCA guys that are moving up. I think of Keller. I think of Revel. Those guys have both been racing in the truck series with us. They've done very, very good, I feel like. And then,
Mhm.
you've got drivers like Dayhoff who are kind of being like that veteran presence down there in the ARCA series for these guys who raced in the truck series last season. So, I mean, it's going to be a good mix. That's what we want, is you guys to progress and make these mixes even better and start to help grow the league that way.
Oh, and so many different winners. 6 out of 10 is our lowest so far, and that's in Gen 6.
Yeah.
And I thought Wheel and Fry would win 90% of them, to be honest with you. Um, but we've had 6 different winners. Think we have 8 different winners in ARCA, because I was just talking to someone about that in chat. And then I don't know how many different winners in trucks. It's been 7 or 8 as well, I believe.
We've had one 2-time winner so far, and it was Chris.
Only one,
right? Yeah, I think so, right?
dude. So that's 9 different winners.
Oh wait, no, Noah got a second one, right? Noah got a second
Yeah.
one. So we've had two 2-time winners.
Too?
No, you only got one. You only got because you remember you blundered the other road course. I didn't want to bring it up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hell.
Sorry, you had to fire your gas man. That's what it was. Your gas man blundered it.
No, his whole crew. He let them all go. If one fails, they all fail. He says.
Oh yeah, Noah had 2 wins too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Noah got Charlotte. That's right.
So 8.
Mm-hmm.
So that make it
So
8
winners.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
8
in 10
different
races.
winners. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I just think we're doing it right over here with the parity.
That's what we wanted.
Because that's multiple seasons for trucks, and we had we were on the same run last season. I think what did we end with? 12 or 13 different winners out of 20 races or something like that.
Let's say Meacham got 2, you got 3. Who else got 2? Tucker got 3. Cornwell got 2.
I had 2.
Was that it? You had 2? Yeah, you did have 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think that was it for the repeat winners. The rest are just all ones. Which we had people like Camburn. Oh no, Camburn may have won 2, didn't
Camburn might have gotten 2 as well. That's right.
Yeah.
So we had like 3 or 4 multi-time winners last season, or 5 maybe. So
yeah. But it's nice going into a race and just not knowing who's gonna win. Like I've been in leagues where well, this guy's gonna win again because he wins every week, and that's not fun. So coming in here not knowing
was like that before.
Yeah. But it's just awesome to come in, and it could be. I mean, yeah, you may have 10 guys that might be more of the favorites, but you sure don't know out of those 10 or 15 who the heck's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean we're not done getting different winners in trucks for sure. I mean, Hall hasn't won a race. Shane Williams has not won a race. Nava hasn't won a race. Grady hasn't won a race. Chase, I mean, Shoemate, has Shoemate won one? No.
Nope.
I mean, there's a bunch of guys. KT can win a race, I know.
I told
Zachary Tyler. I mean, there's a ton of guys that can still win for sure.
There are 16 to 18 drivers that we can go down through the truck series and list that could have been in the playoffs.
Oh,
it just is what it is.
For sure. Yeah, and there's Corey Moore. I mean, he can win a truck race too. There's I mean, he's already done the ARCA. Shoot, I'm sure we can sit there and probably think of sure we can sit here and think
20.
8 more of them. Yeah,
and then there's probably another 5 or 6 that we might not think can or have the speed to win one that could probably jump up and win one.
I got one name right there, Kean Fry. Kean Fry is always up there for super speedways. He's quick.
He is.
He always finds a way to get to the front. So that's just one name that I could think of off the top of my head was Kean. So
yeah, a bunch of.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. So. All right. Well, anything else anybody wants to add? I'm sure
Did we go over the ARCA chase? Who was where? And everything?
I had it pulled up, but I'll pull it up again and let you kind of run up and down it if you want, since I adjusted. All the points are in there for the chase and all that.
Yeah. So Dayhoff going to be leading the points there at 25, above everybody else at 10:25, and then Thad Miller sits at 10:20. Drew Halloran at 10:17, Forrest Martin at 10:15, Jace Keller 10:13, John Shields 10:11, Stapleton at 10:10, Quinn McLean at 1,009, Corey Moore at 1,008, Josh Revel at 1,007, James Bulk at 1,006, and Brent McKee at 1,005. So,
yeah, then we have, what is their schedule? Let me pull up their schedule real quick.
Iowa to start it off.
Iowa, Kansas, Waukon, Glen for the next 3. That is definitely a little bit of everything.
Yep.
I'm curious who's gonna be where after those 3. a medium short track to Kansas to a road course. Definitely be a test of after these three, who's kind of the overall, you know, all around guy after those three races. It'll be interesting to see how that changes up there.
Yeah, for sure. I don't
So-
think we have any true like road course ringers. I think there's a couple guys that are definitely faster, but I mean, it's going to be who can stay the cleanest probably and keep it on track.
Well, I
For
mean,
Watkins
Drew.
Glen. So
yeah, I mean, Drew won freaking, you know, heck, and
Kansas Road.
strangely enough, that was his only win in ARCA, was a road
Yeah.
course.
Yep, and he did well at Sonoma as well. If I remember right, he had
He
pace
did.
at Sonoma in the Gen
Yeah,
6.
he
So I
did.
mean,
He did. He finished like 5th or 6th or something.
he might be our quote unquote ringer for road courses in the ARCA series right now. He showed the most speed at Kansas Road, so
Well, I
it
mean,
makes sense.
yeah, I mean, I would have to pick him in Watkins Glen if I have to pick anybody, just because he won the last road course. So,
And he won it by over 6 seconds as well. So, and he led all but 6 laps in that race too. So, pretty dominant showing at Kansas Road. So, and that's not a normal track. So, I mean, I suppose when I say normal, I'm saying normal to the NASCAR schedule or ARCA schedule. So, Watkins Glen may be a little bit different. Maybe there's, people know the track a little bit better and they'll be able to perform a little bit better. But, yeah, if going off of that, I mean, it's the same kind of story for the truck series. Anytime there's a road course, you got about 3 or 4 guys you can pick. Wilder's one of them. Hall's another one. And that's, I mean, there's been some quick guys like Shane Williams. He was quick this season. But if there's a road course, you've got the guys that you know are going to be at the front. Seabolt's been quick as well this season at the road courses. So
he must use that same fuel can you used in that race, Wilder. Williams.
Oh, the one where little extra in it.
No, a little less apparently.
Yeah. I don't know.
They didn't fill Shane up all the way to begin the race either.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you want to know what happened? they were sharing gas, man.
Yeah. That guy. He was probably Shoemate's gas guy or Hall's gas guy. Just in disguise.
Oh man, I didn't get it in. I didn't keep it in there long enough. I'm sorry, man. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for us here at the Turnin Labs podcast.
Wilder's guy was over there at Chris's taco stand.
Over in Chris's corner.
Chris's corner.
He's over there getting him a hot dog or whatever. Chris was parked over there serving.
Yep.
Why? Oh God.
Man. I think that's going to do it, though, for us here from the Turnin Labs podcast. For everybody here at High Velocity Racing League and the High Velocity Racing Network, we appreciate you guys all for participating in this money race, and we hope to see everybody there this Monday